Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Miami Dolphins. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Running, it's Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
The versatility of Derwin James comes right into play there. Whether he's playing deep safety or playing close to the line of scrimmage, always a threat to get around the ball carrier and put him on the ground. The surprise to me on draft night, that he lasted to the number 17 pick with the Los Angeles Chargers. I thought he would go earlier.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again,
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now throwing on 3rd down.
Here we go, D. 58, come on. 50, let's go. Hey, pick your game up. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Throwing on 1st down. Jenkins. Wilson's got it complete. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Drake. Credit the tackle to Brandon Mebane. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Joey Bosa. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And that will be incomplete. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you under pressure here? And down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the gun, Jenkins. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, and the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. 2nd and 15. Flush to his right. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there. Right?
He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 33 yards that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well to get a few stops.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think
he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Bryce Butler as the first half is... Off-play action. Jenkins escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Tillery in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Back to throw. Jenkins.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack, I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Tillery in there to record the second. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position back.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jerry Tillery giving him once again his third sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. On the crossing route, complete. That's Grant. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Drake, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down, Jenkins. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
To throw again, Jenkins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Off the play fake. Jenkins. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
31's the mic. You ain't going nowhere.
Off play action. Jenkins. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that is incomplete. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for our visitors, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next